tell stories about my children because invariably they tell me about myself. I've always been a storyteller. Before telling people about my day, I edit and organize and rearrange thoughts in my head to get the most impact into my stories. It's with this in mind that I share this story. My girl first learned to walk a couple weeks shy of her first birthday. She figured out how to take a step or two over a week, and then over a Saturday at home was a full-fledged walker, just like that. This meant that I had to stop ignoring the newsletter from daycare saying that all kids had to wear shoes and stop sending her to school barefooted. So that Sunday, to practice for school in the morning, I found a nice pair of closed-toed sandals and slipped them on her feet. She stared at them, touched them, tried to stand, plopped on her bottom, and started screaming. I picked her up, walked her around, calmed her down, and put her on her feet. She plopped down once again and screamed her head off. The last time she'd acted like this was when I put her in a poofy dress for picture day. It was too difficult to crawl in, so she just sat and screamed until I put her in the car to go to school. I knew from that experience I was doomed, so I did what any good Christian mom would do. I picked her up, put her in the car seat, drove to church, and deposited her in the nursery. Surprisingly enough, however, when I picked her up after church, there were no complaints. In fact, she'd been spending that hour walking around just fine. Thank you, Lord, I thought, until I got her home. There, she proceeded to park her bottom in the middle of the floor and scream until I took the shoes off. Sigh. I tell this story, though, because last Saturday, 3 weeks after that historical weekend, when I walked into her room in the morning, she was sitting up pointing to her foot. "Good morning, sweet pea," I said, to which she replied, "Shoes." In less than a month, my girl has gone from hating shoes to being obsessed. I cannot get her dressed in the mornings without her asking for shoes. She grabs any shoes, my shoes, her brother's shoes, her daddy's shoes, her own, and toddles around the house with them, repeating the word shoe. If I take them off her after school, she follows me around the house with them in her little fists until I put them back on her feet. I've learned a lot about parenting in the process of doing it, and one thing I've learned is that no matter how fervently my children's opinions are on something, in a few weeks they may be completely the opposite. The only constant in life with toddlers is change and intensity, and I admit, I love shoes too.